Bunny here from Pilates and Yoga with Bunny. This is going to be a short class to work our abdominals and our obliques, and we're going to use the magic circle. So we're going to use a range of different exercises. Please make sure you're warm before you start, and then let's get ready. So you're going to lay down onto your back, finding your neutral position. You're going to have your feet flat on the floor, nice neutral pelvis, and reaching the arms up over your head with the circle. You're going to just pull the shoulder blades down towards the mat and have the heels of the hands onto the circle. Maintaining the neutral pelvis and letting your ribcage open, your shoulders open. As we exhale, we're going to nod through our chin and just look and push up through the circle. And inhale to come down. So exhale, push up. Inhale, come down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Really warming up through those tummy muscles. And down. Just having that mild engagement into the pads of the circle. Looking up through the center of the circle. And 2 more. Last one. Okay, this time as you come up, you're going to push onto the circle. So exhale up and squeeze, making sure the pelvic floor is engaged. So exhale, you have that slight pause at the top. Exhale, squeeze into the circle, that's it. Working through pelvic floor, making sure the abdominals are pulled in tight. That's it, we've got another 3. So working on 8 reps of each. That's it, good. Remembering to exhale as you push. And the last one. Okay, bringing the circle down onto your chest, just giving your arms a little bit of a break. Holding the circle still and taking yourself into single knee fold. So in our single knee fold, we're exhaling as we come up, we're making sure our knee stays in a right angle and we want a good alignment through our hip. Good control, no rocking from side to side. Just exhale as you come up, inhale as you come down. Really good even tempo. Nice and soft through the feet. And then into doubles, so exhale up, pause. And exhale, second leg. Making sure the ribcage doesn't flare. Working through the low tummy muscles, getting that breath. Nice and controlled. Exhale up. Watching out for any doming or anything through the belly. So you're going to try and pull in all the time. And just making sure you alternate which leg you're lifting first. Now, when you come into these double knee folds, we're really thinking about the position and of our pelvis. And we want that nice neutral position. And we want to maintain that we keep that all the way through. Couple more each side. Good foundational and exercises to wake up through that core and the deep transverse abdominis. Good. Okay, bring in the circle now in between the knees. And if you feel okay with the double knee folds, then you're going to be able to lift the knees into this position. Otherwise, you might just have to keep the toes on the floor. And from there, we're going to reach the hands up and just exhale, squeeze into the circle and release. So squeeze, release. Every time you squeeze, I want you to draw in and up and feel that zipping up feeling as though you're working really deep down into the core, yeah, and the deep tummy muscles. You're going to feel it in your inner thighs. That's it. Make sure you stay nice and neutral. You're not flaring up through your rib cage. So you've got another 2. And then reaching up. Now, if you're struggling with the last one with your head, you're going to have one hand behind the head. Otherwise, you'll interlink the fingers. You're going to squeeze a circle and lift. Okay, squeeze and lift. Always on an exhale. That's it. We've got another 4. So keeping your knees completely still in space. Keeping the thighs still, apart from that, squeeze into the circle and keeping the shins still. We've got 1 more. Take your hands down onto the mat and keep your knees where they are. This time we're just going to rock a little bit from side to side. Just moving the hips on the mat, waking up through the obliques. And then taking the circle out, just give yourself a little rest before we move on to the next one. Now we're going to be taking the circle between our ankles this time and changing what we do with the position. If you're able to, you'll hold your legs up high. You might need to take your legs to the tabletop position again. Otherwise, you still might need your feet lower down on the floor. If you can take your legs up straight, make sure that you have the neutral position. We're going to externally rotate our legs a little bit and open them out from the hips. You're going to point your toes and make sure you're really active through the legs. We've got those straight arms again. This time we're going to reach up and through for another 8. Always on an out breath when you lift. That's it. 2 more. This time you're going to hold at the top and you're going to squeeze that circle every time you breathe out for 8 counts. That's it. So squeeze, pull the tummy down, make sure it doesn't lift. Keep looking through the thighs, keep reaching up. Just making sure you're squeezing evenly from both legs. That's it, you've got 1 more. And then take your legs to your tabletop position for a second so we can come into 100. So we're going to curl up and begin to beat those arms. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to really look through the center of the circle and pump those arms as though you're moving through treacle and working on that breath pattern. As you know, I never count, but this is somewhere around 100. And bring that circle and give yourself a rest for a second. Now this time you're going to be taking your legs through the middle of the circle. And you're going to be having a circle onto the ankles. Now again, you can have your legs straight up to the ceiling. Otherwise you can have them slightly bent. But try and make sure that your thighs are vertical and your pelvis is as neutral as it can be. Now your head and your shoulders are going to remain onto the mat all the time. And you're going to push out into the circle, just lowering the body, lowering the legs down and keeping that body nice and still. So you're not going to let your back lift. You're going to keep pinning down. So you only take your legs down as far as you're able to without that lift happening. Keep the head on the mat. Keep squeezing out onto the circle all the time. And it's going to be an inhale down and exhale up. Good. Keep squeezing out onto the circle. Inhale down. Exhale up. Well done. Inhale down. You should be feeling it by now. Make sure that back's pinned down. You're not bulging up. Inhale. You've got one last one. And bring your knees into your chest for a second and just hug them in, okay? Now, from this position, you're going to keep the legs pushing out into the circle, but keep the knees in tight. So you're pulling them in using your own tummy strength. Yeah, so your low tummy muscles are pulling those knees in, but you're going to keep resistance out onto the side of the circle. Have your hands down onto the mat. And as you exhale, you're going to do a little hop up, okay, with your bottom. So we're going to exhale and down and lift. Okay, so keep it controlled. Keep pushing out onto the circle with every single rep that you do. And we're going to go for double counts of these, so you're going to do about 16. You've probably done about 8 already. Good. And take the circle off. Have a little rest. Get your breath back. And then laying onto your back still, we're holding the circle back up to the ceiling. I'm just going to shuffle over a little tiny bit. Okay, and we're coming up to the side this time. So we're going to work on the side of the body. Now keep your pelvis nice and still. Rotate and look through the center of that circle. Lock out those arms, but pull the shoulders away from you. And exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale. They're going to pull that circle apart. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. That's it. Exhale. Inhale, down. Really working on the side body there. Good. We've got another 3 and 2 and 1. Straight over the other side. Breath out as you lift. 7 and 6. Pull on the circle. 5. Keep those hips still. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, this time we're going to think about bringing our feet onto the circle and just holding on, getting a little bit of hamstring stretch. Just pushing through the backs of the heels, opening up through the thighs, and then bringing yourself up to a seated position. Now in our seated position, we're going to have the feet through and hold on to the pad, and then find your sit bones. You're going to sit on the bony bits of your bottom and pull your chest up and forwards, and just see if you can get a little hover there. Yeah, now if you can get a little hover, we're going to see if we can pull our feet up. If we can pull our feet up, we're going to see if we can find that open position. You're going to pull your tummy in really tight and make sure your shoulders are open and work through the low part of your tummy. Now what I want you to do is not be pulling like crazy onto the circle, so the feet are just supported into the circle. And you've got those shoulders retracted and you're engaging through your tummy. We're going to hold this position and see if you can take one leg out and lift it up. Okay, now if you're not able to do that, you're going to have a go at taking the leg out. You might be able to tap the foot and lift. Yeah? Okay, otherwise you're going to just take that leg straight and lift. That's it, good. Really use the low tummy muscles and exhaling as you lift that leg. Well done. And then we'll swap sides. You're going to put the foot in. And then those leg lifts, remember you can do the toe taps if you need to. Otherwise it'll be straight leg up, straight leg down, breath out, breath in. Breath out, breath in. Try not to swing and try not to hang for dear life onto the circle. As controlled as you can. Last one, and then come all the way down. We're going to lay onto our side and place the circle in between our ankles again. So we've been here already. Now stack everything on top of each other. So you're going to stack your shoulders, stack your hips. Try not to wobble too much forwards and backwards. You might need your front hand onto the mat. You can use a block for your head, and make sure you're not scooped all the way in. So we've got a long line all the way through our spine. And then creating tension through the legs. So we're actually really pulling our thigh bones out of our hip sockets and keeping the body from rolling forwards. We're going to squeeze into the circle and exhale to lift. Inhale, come down halfway, exhale, lift. Now you're going to work through the inner thigh of the bottom leg as you try and push the leg up, but you're going to squeeze through your top side here. So you're going to squeeze and lift those legs. That's it. Good, and see if you can squeeze and pause at the top. So that circle is going to squeeze together every time. That's it. Okay, then you're going to hold at the top and you're going to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And 7 and 8. Good stuff. Okay, other side. So you're going to pop that circle again between the ankles. And I did forget to say, try and make sure it's not onto the ankle bone, otherwise it's ouchy. Set yourself up in a straight line, like you're a pencil, and check you on the side of the hip. And then lengthen those legs away from you, because we've got those lifts. Yeah, so you're going to squeeze in through your side. That's it. Exhale, pull in, really think about that lift coming from the underneath thigh and the top side. That's it, you've got another 4. And then we're going into those static ones at the top. And last one. Yeah, so we're going to hold this one up and you're going to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good. Try and make sure you've got equal pressure between both legs. That's it, good. Keeping those legs high. We've got 2 more. And bring those legs in. Find yourself into a seated position again. You're going to hold onto the circle, push it away. Take your legs up to a hover point and then control it as you roll down. And then take the circle over your head and then rolling back up, trying to find that balance point, lifting the legs if you're able to. Okay, so roll down, pull in, take the circle overhead, come back up, find that balance point, legs high if you're able, into that teaser. Control it. So use the circle as a weight. It will actually help you lift a little bit. Nice. Almost there. And last one. And I'm hot too. Good. And then bring that circle down. Well done. So, hot work. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm sure you are. Make sure you do some cool down stretches and comment in the box below, and I'd appreciate it if you hit subscribe. Thank you very much. And I